Hi, and welcome to another Witch Doctors how-to video. Today we're going to show you how to change the shift rod right here, this part, on a Victory. The bike we're doing it on is a Cross Country, Crossroads, and Vision are all basically the same bike. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with a nice one that's going to go in there. It's a pretty easy job to do. You need a couple 10mm wrenches or a socket, doesn't matter, and a 5mm Allen wrench or Allen socket. What I have is the Allen socket. It's easier. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you can take these bolts, this bolt right here, you're going to take this off, and then also down in here there's one with a bolt and a nut. That one's a little bit harder, so I'll show you how to get to that one. The other thing we're going to do is underneath the floorboard here, and it's probably hard to show you, but underneath the floorboard here is a bolt. That's actually the bolt that you loosen up, and that will adjust your brake pedal here. That will adjust that forward and back. So if you never knew that was there, there's a couple settings underneath there to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is take the 5mm Allen and take that bolt out. That's going to allow us to move the pedal so we can get to some of this stuff a little bit easier. That bolt comes out real easy. Comes out real easy. So now this pedal, you can see the pedal here will move all around. So that's the first thing you want to do. Next thing you want to do is take the bolt for the shifter off, or for the shift rod into the transmission. It's just a 10mm bolt. Like I say, you can use a socket or a wrench here, doesn't matter. Take that bolt out, and then everything will just kind of flop around here. Like you can see, everything just flops around. So what you want to do is just slide this back, and that will give you a little bit more room down in here. You can move that around to get the bolt out. And it's just got a nut on one side, so you just put your wrench on there. Loosen it up. Again, it's not hard, it's just kind of hard to get in there with the wrench. Actually, if you flip the pedal forward like I have it here, like flip this all the way actually backwards, you can get down to that nut and bolt a little bit easier here. It's got a little bit more room to work. Just take that bolt out, that nut, and the shift rod comes right out. So that's real easy to do. Now, when you order a shift rod from us, what you have to do is you have to measure from this heim to this heim, the center to center dimension. Because when you order that, we build you a shift rod that will match that up exactly. Now, we do have a little bit of adjustment in the shift rods. You can see the one we got here matches up, exactly. So there is some adjustment. You can turn this and it'll give you that adjustment to fine tune it. So all you're going to do, you're just going to take this back, put the bolt back in, put the rod on that bolt, You just kind of do everything in the reverse order. It's a little tight to get your hand in here. For you guys that don't have patience like me, this is where you start swearing. Put that in there, and then you can tighten this bolt up all the way right now, because you're not gonna need to do anything else with it. So you tighten it up. I use a ratcheting wrench just because it's a lot easier, but if you don't have that, no big deal. Just takes longer with the other wrench, but tighten that up. And then you're just going to come back here. You're going to flip your pedal back forward so that the pedal's not in the way. Now, what you're going to want to do is you don't want to bolt this on the motor yet. You don't want to bolt that part. You don't want to do this part here yet. You want to get back underneath the floorboard here and put that bolt back in. So put that back where your the pedal mount went. So you just want to slide that up to where it goes. Pop the bolt in. And again, that's a spot where you can slide your pedal forward or back in case you're shorter or taller. Tighten that bolt up. Now's when you're going to want to come back and bolt the shifter back on. So you should put a little Loctite on there. I already did. There's a little bit of Loctite on there. And we do offer a fancy bolt for you too if you want to get the fancy bolt. That's what it says when you buy the shift rod. We have a really nice stainless steel polished bolt that goes there. Makes it a little bit of a little better details. So tighten that up. And then the final step is all you have to do is take the rod here and turn it. And I'll turn that and I'll try to show you. That's what adjusts your pedal. So if you see the pedal, if you can see it in the video, you can see the pedal moving up or down when I turn that. So if your shoe's too big or whatever, you want to get more space between here, or this is too high, too low, you do it by turning this. And that's your fine tuning. So once you get it fine tuned to where you want, right here you have a jam nut right here, and there's one up here. You want to tighten those jam nuts up so that it doesn't spin on you going down the road. So that's basically all there is to it. It's a simple thing that makes a big difference when you look at the bike, and that is how to replace a shift rod. Thanks for watching.